Today we're making leg of lamb, and I have never made a lamb before. The only time I've ever had lamb. Now this might be mislabeled. They do sometimes mislabel, but it could be mutton. Who knows? Yeah, that's why it's so cheap. It was only $26, and they're $100 for a leg. Anyway, so this is a rub that I'm gonna do, and it's got Cabernet as its base, olive oil, and I take thyme, rosemary, use a lot of that, a little bit of sage, just 1 or 2 leaves is enough. Sage is so strong. Elephant ear garlic, which you got to keep your elephant ear garlic in the cupboard until it starts to ferment. Lots of garlic, regular garlic. 5-6 cloves, And there's some parsley in here. A little bit of salt. And let's see, black pepper. I found that just a little bit of smoked paprika really adds some nice volume of palate. And what else did I do? Mentioned salt, black pepper. Oh, this is a cheap dollar store thing, but this is actually really good. It's garlic, pepper, I guess it's brown sugar, a little bit of paprika. I didn't put a lot of that in there. It'll balance it out with some black pepper so you can get a heavy note on that. And what you're left with, after you spend about an hour just mushing everything together to get all the flavors brought out, is this just wonderful flavor that I could tell is going to go really good with lamb. And I'm going to roast it like prime rib with this after today. Actually, I'm going to cook it later tonight. But this will then be periodically covered on to the roast as it dries out in the fridge. Every few hours I'll add another brush of it until all of these seasonings cake on. And then at the end, I will do one final brush of garlic infused olive oil that I can then use this to glue, or use that to glue this to the outside. I think I mentioned everything. See, elephant ear garlic, man. This stuff is so big. You don't need a lot of it to get that flavor. And if you don't use it right, it can be really off-putting. Especially when it's fresh. But if you use it right, it is delicious with garlic. And so I don't use a food processor because I like the idea of this giving me a little bit more of a... Oh yeah, that's what I've been listening to all day too. Enough of that.